Hey guys, John from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the new 2020 Starboard Hypernuts. Now, these boards are always one of our best sellers. They're very practical. They're an easy board to surf quite well. There's a few options this year. They've got a couple different constructions. They have their, you can see the rails here. That's their Starlight. Quite a light construction this year. It's also their lower cost one. On top of that, they've got their blue carbon. The blue carbon is a full carbon deck with, which is right behind me here. Full carbon deck with the cross-cut balsa bottom, so it keeps a lot more flex in the bottom without being super rigid, and having the balsa being in timber is much more impact resistant and stuff like that than just straight carbon on the bottom. The rails here, the Inegra rails on this Starlight construction board, really got a lot of stiffness in them. So there's actually 3 glass stringers through the rails, and that whole unpainted finish just really cuts down on, well, you're not going to get chips because it's not painted, and it's a nice tough rail finish. Big piece of Australian pine in the standing area to help with compressions and dents like that, but a really good job from Starboard this year getting this construction quite a bit lighter. So the comparison to the carbon, there's only a few grams in it, which is kind of nice. Now, Hypernut, always a good board because the main thing, stability of the width. So being wide through the nose keeps it nice and stable in a wave. It's stable in choppy days, and it lets you kind of get into the wave a little bit better because of that straight outline. They've thinned out the rails a good bit, so that's also less effort needed to put the rail in the water to get it to engage. Having the little bump in the rail on the board lets it surf off the radius as if it's a much shorter board instead of it's the curve of a longer board's outline. So it really get on the tail, and it's like having a second short board, get a little bit farther forward, and you got the stability and width of a longer board, wider board. You've got some foil options with the Hypernut. You can just get a straight board with regular fin boxes, but you can also do like the board here behind me. This is the foil board. You've got the option of the track system as well as a tuttle. So if you're running a tuttle box foil, you can run it on that. Now it also comes with fillers, which are pretty cool. So they fill those holes in so you don't get a lot of drag by having big holes in the back of your board. There is also the option of the 4-in-1. Now the 4-in-1 foil gives you a sup, because it's got the fin boxes. It gives you the options there to have the foils with a tuttle or the plate system. On the top, on the deck, you also have foot strap inserts, particularly wide foot strap inserts, and a mast track. So you can sup this board, you can windsurf this board, which is really fun and lightweight wavesurfing, by the way. And you can foil it, and you can sup foil, or you can windsurf foil it. So there's your 4. You can get out there and have a good time. If you're only allowed to have one board, this is the board to get because it just fits all that stuff. So if you're traveling, if you're going overseas, and you can only bring a certain amount of gear, there you go. You can bring this one board and a windsurfing rig and a foil and a paddle, and you can pretty much do it all with the one. So if there's one board to have that can do it all quite well, it's definitely the Hypernut foils. There are other foil compatible hybrid crossover boards, but the Hypernut, because of that short length, really lets it be a good foil board as well. Down on the amount of boards you have. If you're only allowed to buy one board, well, you should find any misses, but you should also...
That's a little bit sexist.
Yeah.
Say something, just hit the level.
Hello, testes, 1, 2, no one has 3.